are you doing both inbound and outbound lead generation for Microsoft on one end and your books on the other end?
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the key pieces to lead generation is to, look at the different mediums that are open to you, and really optimization of the different processes and platforms that could be there. So, I'll speak briefly about my own work. So obviously, I've been writing and blogging and doing different things around sales and leadership for several years. So there's not really anything that is as an inbound from that vantage point, but because a lot of that is strictly outbound. But one thing that helps create a lot of those conversations is utilization of social media. And it's funny because I've had the benefit of talking to folks that have written a lot of sales books, like Jeffrey Gitomer and Jeb Blunt, and I think one of the things that really resonated with my conversations with them was just that to sell books, I mean, you've got to have a lot of different conversations. There's not really any silver bullets when it comes to marketing those types of things, but by strategically placing yourself out there and writing good content and continuing to have these types of conversations and really figuring out what works, sharing video, sharing content. I mean, same things that you're doing, Matt. I think a lot of those types of things can create opportunities whereby people will reach out to you and you can have continued conversations. I've been tinkering with that process for several years. From a Microsoft standpoint, obviously anytime you work for a company, I think the company, there's going to be situations where you get leads from your company. You're going to have, maybe current and past customers that you can kind of mine from. There may be referrals and things like that are set up. But then there's also going to be ways that you can attend events and, maybe there's a chamber of commerce or there's different meetup groups that you can join. Maybe there's leads that come from social media, or there could be websites that you can go out to where you can actually find companies in the size and territory that you sell into. So there's a lot of different ways that you can get inbound leads there, but also do outbound and outreach while you're prospecting. So I think there's a variety of ways that you can do that. Yes, that's absolutely something that I've been doing for several years, both currently and then also in previous roles that I've had. I think there's a lot of benefit to it. And again, I think that, and I'll sum up by saying, there's always question of, kind of what's the most value. And I think there's a lot of folks that are in sales that try to really only gravitate towards the things that they think have the most propensity to get leads out of. But I'll tell you, don't discriminate against any potential lead sources because you never know where those wells will hit and where those potential new referral wells can become. Because again, at the end of the day, you got to realize word of mouth and referrals are really the top source of getting these leads, and you never know where that's really going to come from. So really mine your existing network and obviously optimize the leads that you're utilizing. We've had some previous conversations too around service with your clients, and I think at the end of the day that can really lead to a lot more referrals as well. So yep, I'm a big proponent of utilizing every mechanism possible to generate leads.